Hi, I'm Hannah Roan, Indoor Horticulturist at Frederik Meijer Gardens in Sculpture Park, and today we're going to talk about forcing bulbs for indoor use. All right, today we're talking about bulbs, and we're actually talking about spring flowering bulbs, so even though we're just settling into fall, we do have to think ahead a little bit. Today I have 3 different kinds of bulbs right here that we're going to talk a little bit about. The first one is a tulip. If you don't know what a tulip bulb is, it looks like this. This end goes up. For the most part with bulbs, it's pretty easy to tell which end goes down. Tulips are a little trickier because there aren't any roots coming down. But what I'm doing is placing 3 tulip bulbs in this pot. What we're going to do is essentially trick the bulbs into thinking that they're going into wintertime so that they'll bloom for us a little bit earlier so that we can get some enjoyment out of them when it's dark and dreary outside. What I have is a couple inches of dirt in the bottom of these pots. It doesn't have to be a scientific measurement. I usually go for 2 inches or so of potting soil in the bottom. Once you have your dirt and your bulbs in there, like I said, 3 to 5, whatever fits nicely, you're going to add some potting soil onto the top. Pat it down like that. We're going to do another pot of another kind of bulb. I'm actually going to put gloves on for this because these are hyacinth bulbs and they make some people itch like crazy. I'm one of those people. So these purple bulbs are hyacinths. They're not always purple. Same thing, pointy end goes up. You can see some roots coming out on the bottom. That's the bottom. 3 works really well for hyacinths. These are one of my favorites to have indoors because they smell great and they last for a long time. Same thing, we're going to add some dirt on top of them, pat it down, add some water. Essentially, these guys are going to think it's winter because we're going to put them in a cold spot. Fridge is great, the vegetable section of your fridge, or even better is just an unheated garage, cellar, whatever you have. Essentially, you need at least 12 to 15 weeks. 12 is pretty much a minimum, but for a plant like tulips, you'll want closer to 15. You're going to get a couple inches of green coming out. You'll see some roots on the bottom. That's when they're ready to come inside, and in a couple of weeks, you'll have spring blooming bulbs for you months even before you have them outside. The next thing is, if you don't want to store them in your garage or wait that long or deal with the dirt or anything like that, there are a couple bulbs you can do to get a quicker, better display. Obviously, this is a little bit prettier. These are glass vases with some rocks in the bottom. 2 types of bulbs that don't need the cold treatment are paper whites, which are a kind of daffodil. You'll see them around at the holidays a lot, and amaryllis. Today, I'm going to show you an example with paper whites. 3 seems to fit pretty well in a vase this size. I'm going to put them right in the bottom. I used rocks so that it looks a little bit pretty and they've got a little bit of space to grip onto. You could use dirt too, that'll work fine, but the rocks are a little bit pretty. And I like to add some just so they're a little more secure. Now with paper whites, all you'll have to do is add enough water in here that it's just kind of touching the bottom and those roots are going to reach down and take up the water on their own, and in a few weeks you'll be able to have a nice blooming paper white. It's a bunch flowering daffodil, they're white, and you'll get to see the green growing up, and it's a really nice display closer in late fall, early winter. All right guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you'll try this at home so that you'll have some indoor blooming flowers at a not very blooming time outside. Come check us out at Frederik Meijer Gardens in Sculpture Park. Thank you.